I'm on a mission to get it. About to count me a million. I'm chasing 7-figure.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Lamar. I want to welcome you to episode 8 of the Chasing 7-Figure Show. I know it's been a minute. I've been busy. Been a minute for the content. I've been busy. Just launched my secondary clothing line. Been working on that. Just been working on other things outside of, business-wise. But today, your episode number 8 is going to be a product review / interview with my homie Josh Russell. He's a photographer. His link, you can check out his page on here on YouTube. He's a photographer. His YouTube page is all about photography, living life as a full-time photographer. And he also teaches photography and drops lessons for photography. So you can check his link out down below. The product review and interview is also with Floatation of Appleton, Wisconsin. Was a really great experience. You're gonna get a tour of their building here in Appleton. You're gonna get an interview / product review at the same time. The interview part was cut a little short because of the mobile devices died, but nonetheless, the part that it did catch was valuable enough. So it's going to be kind of long. The interview was kind of long, so hopefully you stick through the entire video. And if you are in the Appleton area, if you're in Wisconsin, in the Fox Valley area, I definitely recommend you check this place out. Shouts out to the Floatation staff. Very great people, very humble, very hardworking, very dedicated to what they do. And just dope individuals overall. So make sure you pay attention to the links in the video, in the description of the video. Check out the homie Josh Russell's YouTube page. Subscribe to his page. Check out Floatation. We're gonna drop the link to their Facebook and their website down below as well. And also the new clothing line, Legendary by Hustle is Life brand. Go ahead and I'm gonna drop the link down below this as well. Check that out. That's I'm not even gonna describe it. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, you just gotta go take a look. So we're gonna get to the video. Thank you so much. Here is episode 8. I hate the way this camera shows in the dark. Yo, what's up? I should have brought my light. I should have brought my fucking light. Brought the kickstand, but not the light. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Lamar. Out here with the homie.
What's up?
Josh Russell.
I'm trying to get mine going too.
I'm live now too. About to get ready to head in here to Floatation. So this is the building. We are in downtown Appleton. Yo, what's going on?
We are about to go float. We should probably walk out the front of the building.
Let's do that. We downtown Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm about to have my first float light experience. Y'all just heard me talking about it. I'm excited. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna give y'all a preview of the building. Oh, look at that. They got the setup already. They got it already.
Ring lights running. I told him about those ring lights.
I need one of those. I need one of those ring lights. So yeah, this is we're about to get ready to go in here.
What's going on, guys?
So we're about to get ready to go. This is my first time here. Josh has been in here before. He said it was fucking awesome. So we about to get ready to tune in. About to have a float session. Real quick, Josh, what would you say? Give a brief description of what we gonna be experiencing. All right, the experience itself. Let's do
basically what it is it's like a sensory deprivation chamber.
Right.
You get in, you float on top of like very diluted salt water, and you just kind of let your mind free for a little while. It's awesome.
I'm excited, man. I like to try new things, man. Yeah, we got to get out here and try some new stuff, man. So we gonna go ahead and get inside here. You think they'll let us give a tour? Let's see if we can get y'all a tour.
It's right down on College Avenue. I don't know the address right off here. College Avenue, just past Richmond.
All right. See, I told y'all earlier that just walking into this place was therapy.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Just walking in
could
here.
smell what it smells like in here.
It smells like it's like a really, really good
But
pool.
we're gonna be doing the float, and then after that, we're gonna be on Float Light Live tonight. So if you
Float
don't
Light
follow,
Live.
if you don't
We're
follow
gonna be
Float
doing
Light
that.
Appleton, follow them. We're gonna be live at 8 p.m. after our float. I tagged it in the description of this live feed, but it's Float Light. You just search for Float Light. And
So you can
that
get y'all
will
some of that.
get
So yeah,
you
like I said, they got
there.
like muscle
We're gonna be
salt,
live.
sleep formula salt, soothing calm. There's some other stuff back there. You can come and buy them a la carte. Oh, Josh had an experience already. He said it was
I've
pretty
had two.
dope.
I've been
Two.
here twice,
Lucky
and it's
you.
amazing. It's amazing.
Lucky you.
I think I hear Jonathan.
There he is.
We're both live right now.
Awesome. Should I get online?
You might as well.
We live stream each other on live.
Meet the man behind the
Hey,
plan,
Facebook.
Mr. Jonathan. He's gonna be giving me my first experience tonight. Thank you.
Welcome to Float Light.
My third time.
Mr. Jay Lamar. I'm so excited, man.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited.
too.
Josh.
I'm
I
running
want-
too. I'm running too.
He's trying to juggle between the two.
Between the two.
Multi-stream.
There you go.
There we go. I feel
There
like
you
I'm
go.
being broadcast about like 7 different networks.
Right.
So this is Float Light, guys. Mr. Josh Russell, Jay Lamar, gonna get a float in, and then we're gonna do the floating light live. So
And like I said, we got the setup. They're all ready to go. So you said we will be live around 8 p.m.
yep, 8 p.m.
Around 8 p.m.
If you get the link, I shared it. You guys can.
Yep,
join.
we shared. Yep, we've shared it.
I'm gonna sit here for a second so I can take my jacket off.
So yeah, you can check us out. Check out our experience, our after experience. 8 o'clock p.m. You can go to the Float Light page. I've been tagging it
Float
pretty
Light.
much
F-O-L-A.
at Float Light.
Yep.
Let's go to it. I've been tagging it all day. There's no excuse why you shouldn't see it. We're gonna be talking about our experience and whatever happens to come up from there. But yeah, if you're in the
Well,
area,
whatever you guys want, you know.
oh, all right, cool.
I'm
We
gonna
have
be
fun
talking
with it.
about my birthday because it's my
Oh
birthday
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that on the
Yeah,
on
yes,
my
sir.
I'm finally turning 21
Finally turned to 21.
again.
you
17 years
should have named it that. The 21 again.
The
Badge.
21 again.
You should have next year. Next year.
My 40th birthday. Probably.
Oh, don't worry, I don't call it out online. I take notes.
So John, are we able to go? Are we able to give them a live tour really quick? Do we have time for
Oh
that?
yeah, dude, you guys are cool.
Okay.
Whatever you guys
We're gonna
want.
give you a live tour of the
gonna
building.
give you
He's
guys
gonna
a live
bless us with a tour of the building. So I'm gonna turn it. Then I gotta look at my ugly face all day.
So, welcome to Float Light. We opened about a year ago, December 26th, actually.
Nice.
So, coming up on a year. It's
Almost
like our
a
big
year.
anniversary. Amazing experience for the first year for us. My wife and I, we started this business nearly a decade ago. Didn't start the business, but started planning for it. I actually built a float tank in my home, and my wife was blown away. So now she decided, we decided to
as
open up
well.
a business. Yeah. So we've had hundreds of guests come through Float Light. This wall alone is just our 7th version, and their guest experiences from others who have come before, because we know a lot of people are fearful to go into the tank. So here at Float Light, we provide various amenities, such as the makeup room, which is right there. It just kind of gives you a place to spruce up, but this is where the real stuff happens back here. The float lounge. This space is essentially set up to produce the best post-float experience possible here at Float Light. From the lights, the atmosphere, the music, even the temperature, everything is set up to produce an experience that goes beyond the float itself. And I've actually had guests who have stayed here longer than the float itself, which is awesome. We also stay open late, till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I've had people sit here. I take appointments late. But the most remarkable thing about this space, in my opinion, is the hundreds of float journal entries that get written in every single day. Like that one from the 5th.
Oh yeah.
These books are completely filled, and we have like 5 or 6 float journals across the center.
Nice.
People produce art. It's an amazing place just to decompress. And of course, here at Float Light, we serve you beverages, including water, which is very important to drink because you'll be absorbing over a ton of magnesium, and tea as well, loose leaf, organic, non-caffeinated, herbal or herbaceous blend. So I'll actually head you back this way. As a side note too, just so you guys know, everything here at Float Light is all hand-painted artwork inspired by floating. So the one right back behind there, if you point right there, that's the Float Light logo. It's in fact painted by my wife.
Nice.
We just decided after her float to make that the logo for Float Light. So, which is kind of cool. But floating can induce this like creative, introspective self. It's so unique, and anybody who's out there, you guys got to try it.
Oh, customization. I like that.
Yeah. So, Float Light Cabin itself, we provide our guests all the fresh linen, shower products, and float amenities. And a lot of people ask, do I wear a bathing suit? No. These are completely private rooms. Door shuts and locks behind you. You're in here, no one's going to bother you.
Nice.
The tank
The
itself.
magic happens.
These float tanks are the largest custom engineered in the greater United States with an 8 by 9 foot basin and 10-foot ceiling. It's like floating in a vast ocean.
Oh,
Of course, there's those stars up in the lid. Now, I'll just give you your audience a quick briefing on how this works. So, flotation therapy, sensory deprivation, we call it floating light. Essentially what it is it's a controlled environment. We heat the air temperature and the water temperature to the exact temperature of the skin, making the environment imperceivable to the sense of touch. So while you're floating, you won't feel anything, nor the water below you or the air above you. You have control of the lights, and if you were to turn them off, it will be pitch black dark. Some do desire that. Same with the music. We do play a meditative style soundtrack, but if you turn that off, it will be completely silent. You will hear nothing except for the beating of your own heart and the sound of your breath. This is like the best recording studio in the world. But most importantly, in only 10 inches of water, there's 1,650 pounds of Epsom salt. So you will float on the surface effortlessly, completely weightless, like you're in outer space.
nice.
And you will not leak your deficient in magnesium. And whatever happens during that float is really up to you. It's your mind. And people leave here saying they felt like they just engaged in this huge movie in their head, a waking dream, bouts of creativity. They'll see shapes, faces.
Nice.
They'll heal their body of physical pains, fibromyalgia, PTSD, anxiety, depression. We get people that come here just for recreational floating, which is amazing too.
It's gonna be Josh in a minute.
Yeah. So,
I'm looking forward to taking a nap.
oh man, I'll tell you,
I'm gonna get to
that's,
sleep.
Yeah, you had a busy day though.
that's one of the big reasons why I float. It's like an accelerated rest recovery. 1 hour in the float tank is equal to about 4 hours of deep sleep at night. So it's pretty
We don't
awesome.
get that anymore either.
This one does really well for social media. The Orb Light Pod.
I'm gonna have to come back and do this one day.
I called dibs on it right away. I was like, yep, dibs on the load.
Same kind of concept. They don't really change all that much as far as what the experience is like. This is just a different form factor.
Yeah.
It's like being in a giant space egg. Who can hate on that? That's easy. So, thank you guys. That's Float Light. And,
Cool.
you know, if you catch our show tonight, we'll answer any questions you have. Be sure to comment in the comments below when you see the Floating Light live. We're there to answer them. Mr. J. Lamar, Josh Russell, they'll be there to help guide the experiment of floating this afternoon when you guys talk to us, and we'll see you then.
Cool. So if y'all are wondering, this is in Appleton, right off of College in Richmond.
Yeah, what is the address here on College?
609 West College.
609.
So those of you who know where Extra 920 and Brauhaus is, we're like right there.
Also, when you sign up, if you guys come down here,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I say all of you guys should, sign up and use the coupon code Josh Russell and save a little money off your first float.
There you go. I hope
Make
y'all
sure
heard
you do
that. Yeah.
Downtown Appleton, Steve.
So yeah, downtown Appleton. Make sure y'all come down here, man. They even got kind of like a makeup room and everything where you can get yourself together.
So that
As
is
well.
the tour of the place. What's going on, Jordan? How's it going? I'm actually going to get off this live now and get
And it's just really, really peaceful in here, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get off of here, and get ready for my experience. Let me get off of here, get ready for my experience. Go to, I've tagged Float Light page in here. Click on there, and then you can scroll down. You'll get a reminder. We're gonna, they have the Floating Light Live, which is a live video session. We're gonna recap with them at 8 o'clock p.m. So make sure y'all go and tune in there. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, and I will talk to y'all after. Peace.
actually just gonna watch, and then I'm gonna invite all my friends into this live feed.
We always struggle. We don't know how to get people to join. I feel like we're more successful when we just do it randomly than when we schedule it. I have no idea why. Doesn't make sense. Even though all the places keep telling me, do it this way, do it this way. Okay.
Yeah, look at the one.
I never really plan my lives anymore. I just go.
Yeah.
Or sometimes when I do, I don't do it on time. So and I don't script anymore either. I used to script myself. Now I don't script myself at all. I just go.
Yeah, we tried doing that too.
I didn't like being scripted.
Yeah, John doesn't follow it. So.
Oh, I have went scripted, and I've said some awesome things. Hello, 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 friends. Welcome to Float Light and the Floating Light Live.
That was nice.
My name is Jonathan Rogue, and I was told to say my name, and this time I did. So today we are having a party here at Float Light, literally
Woo!
and figuratively, but also we've had people float. Our friends, Mr. Josh Russell and Jay Lamar, just got done with their hour floats, and we're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna postulate, disseminate, and articulate post-float glow. We'll be back in a minute and 30.
That was a lot of big
This
words
is
right
the
there.
intro.
Make sure they can't hear us.
So they can't. I've already tested this.
Postulate the disseminate.
I did. That was a lot of. That was impressive.
Fancy words. They all mean something.
Something.
Well, I hope so. I hope you're not doing
It would be funny if they didn't, though.
wobbity bop on the bebop.
Welcome back, friends. We're very excited to go live today, just because, as some of you may know or have seen already, Josh Russell is a good friend of ours. He's a YouTuber extraordinaire and photographer, just social influencer. I think I got them all. Well, he's also just an amazing guy. So we have Mr. Josh Russell today. So
What is up? What's going on, guys? I'm glad to be back. And yeah, I just want to know first off, why are you so mellow in your intro?
was I mellow?
You're like, it's
Yeah.
a party, but you're like, it's a party.
No,
You
I-
gotta have some fun, man. Like,
Right.
You gotta come out and you gotta tell your float light, viewers, hey, what's going on, guys?
See, yeah, you're right.
You might have got to be like Andrew.
Oh, Andrew's intense for me though. he's way too intense. So also we're joined today by Mr. Jay Lamar.
That is I. Hello, hello, hello.
All right, and then Jay, just because I said it before, kind of want to brief us, just kind of give yourself a 30-second intro.
My name is Jay Lamar. Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm also a social influencer and entrepreneur. Owner of Hustle is Life brand clothing line. It's basically a motivational clothing line. Men's fashion, women's fashion, kids fashion and accessories. I've also been known for doing social media management and marketing, graphics design, radio show. I'm also an artist, hip-hop artist, songwriter. It's kind of like what don't I do at this point? Except photography, I leave that to Josh.
And his new clothing line is
Secondary.
His new clothing line is the Saudi Arabian head wraps that he's
Yes!
wearing right now.
Yes! This is gonna be number 3. This is number 3. This is my new line
He
coming out
comes,
right
he
here.
comes out of the float and he's like, I feel like a prince. And I'm like, your name used to be Jay Prince.
It was Jay
so that
Prince
works.
just a year ago.
I actually like it.
I-
Jay Prince, that's awesome.
It
And I
was,
like
yeah.
that. I like the headgear.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
gonna have to make that like a Jay Lamar float light exclusive.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna
Branded.
do.
Yes.
I could
Branded.
say, like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Sweet.
It'll be super epic.
The
Okay.
Hustle is Life branded.
Let's get a
head
Hustle is
wrap.
Life towel.
that's what I'm talking about.
Last year I actually did have Hustle is Life towels. I should bring that back.
Sure.
Should
So,
bring that back.
of course. Oh, I thought he was gonna do it. I'm like,
Ah.
what is this guy doing? We're also joined today by, of course, the famous Megan. Everyone comes here just for you. Do you know that? A lot of them do. Come on. Okay.
Do you have to have security walk you to your car because you like people trying to get autographs and selfies and stuff? Yeah.
Oh, totally.
I know
Like,
that feeling.
I make sure of it.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. I've had a couple experiences in my day.
So
There's some sketchy nights here late at night. Really.
You wish there was, yeah.
Ever float like after work and you're laying in there like, God, I really hope I'm okay.
well, it is College Avenue.
Exactly, and it was a Saturday night I did that. And
Oh yeah, that I was just gonna say that it probably
Little
has to be
sketch
sketch on the
You do
weekends,
have-
especially.
You do have those moments of silence in the float, rooms that you're like,
only a few.
what if I'm like walk out of here and like everybody's gone and the complete world has changed in like an hour that I've been in here? Like, what if the apocalypse happened? And
Kinda felt like it.
It is super quiet in there.
Kinda felt
and,
like it getting out of
it's
there.
It's so
super
weird
dark.
that you say that too, because you just made me reminisce of float. Like I didn't remember it until now, but that's almost a very similar thought that I had. Like what if, because I'm thinking to myself, like while I'm floating, everything's gone, I don't feel anything, it's just a clarity. But what if I left here and
Right.
that clarity was like the world?
Yeah.
Then it would just be like, well, then I technically would never leave the float.
Right.
Right? That'd be like amazing though. Like,
That would
imagine-
that would be
Like I have people like I had a gentleman ask me one time, and I probably mentioned this before. He was like, is floating better than reality? And I was like, well, it's really close.
Depends on what your reality's like.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
Exactly.
Dude, totally, yeah. So as everyone knows, or for those who have seen the show before, we like to give a shout out to everybody who's currently in the live stream. Anybody who's out there, make sure that you ask us questions about the float. You can interrupt us anytime. We have all of the comments on the feed, so we can answer them live. Also, if you're out there right now, please hit that like button. Seriously, we love it when you hit that like button. Just you can mash it as fast as you can. Okay,
Like,
so
get hard at the
why
same
are we
time.
here? Well,
Just love
first
it.
of all, let's just talk about your floats. How were your floats today? We'll start with you, Josh.
My float was awesome. It's my third time floating, and every experience so far has been completely different. This one, I'm 90% sure I fell asleep because I feel like I was only in there for 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden the lights were on and it was telling me that I was done. But at the same time, I felt like I was like clearing myself. So I mean, it felt like no time at all and all the time in the world at the exact same time. It was really interesting. And I know that I fell asleep because at one time I felt myself like jolt awake, but it was hard to explain. And at least I think I jolted awake. I could have just stood and sleep. So yeah, it was an hour of 2 minutes. I don't know what happened. So, but it was amazing. It really was. Like it just every time I come out of there, not only does my body physically feel like my skin feel like better and rejuvenated, but just my, the way I get out, I'm just way more motivated and like one track, I can see my next at least few days in mind a lot clearer than what I would if I was just trying to sit down and do it all myself.
Absolutely. And for you, Jay, tell us about your float. And we got you on camera.
What's going on, Steve? What's up, Maddie?
Well, I mean, this is my first time. Josh. Shout out to Josh for the referral. I would definitely have to say that that was an experience I won't forget. It was definitely therapeutic, and kind of right on time. How busy I've been lately. But it was just it was something different, and I kind of I think I liked it more too because I'm a Pisces. I'm a zodiac. That's my zodiac sign. So I'm a water sign. So automatically just about anything with water I'm gonna enjoy. But I think at first just the actual thought that I was actually floating, it was kind of weird at first. Wasn't not weird in a bad sense, but it was just like I am actually floating. I'm actually on top of, not sitting on the bottom of the tank there, and then I'm pretty sure I fell asleep maybe a couple times. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. I had the little jolt in the wake feeling too, but I can definitely say that just like Josh said, clearing the clearing of the mind and the focus and everything, just. It definitely helped me align some things mentally. Definitely helped me out physically. You know, it was just it was I enjoyed it overall. I don't think it was a bad experience at all. I really enjoyed it, and I say that, you know, if you are in the Appleton area or here in the Fox Valley, you definitely need to come try it a couple times. But yeah, overall enjoyable experience. I definitely enjoyed it.
Awesome.
And I saw Steve down there. Steve said he totally could use a float nap. If you want to do a float nap, when you come in here, mention Josh Russell or Jay Lamar, and get yourself a discount on your first float. So that's you can help yourself out, and it shows that you are following us and follow what we do. So yeah,
absolutely. And
I think there's an online code too, right? Josh Russell.
Yeah, so just type in Josh Russell, all lowercase together, and boom, you're good. Discount code.
Nice.
You'll get a discount.
You heard it.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
This was a random thought that I had in the float. Is there, like, I don't really know how to say it without sounding like mean or whatever, but is there like a weight limit to floating?
No. So that's a good question.
That was a good. Yeah, I thought about that too. I thought about that a couple of
And
times
it
too.
is very common for people to ask that when they call into Float Light here. So for the float, like, you're going to float no matter what. So there's not really a weight limit. I mean, I guess you'd have to imagine how you would feel in an environment that's exactly the temperature of your skin. I think the biggest question is do you feel like, are you a person that runs super hot? Do you like the environment to be super cold all the time? Because, it's all about your comfort level. But will you float? Yeah, absolutely. Believe it or not, you will, no matter what. Any size, shape.
It's good. That was like just something that I thought of. Because, like, if you move a certain way, you sink to the bottom. And it just kind of like popped in my head. I was like, I wonder if there is like at a certain point.
Actually, I'll tell you, if you have too much muscle mass, you'd have to have a significant amount of muscle mass. You're more likely to sink to the bottom.
Oh wow!
Than if you just have body fat. Now, to kind of break that down, because you said like, well, while I was moving, I can kind of touch the bottom. That's just because the buoyancy factor is very slow. So like you're gonna float to the top slowly, but if you all of a sudden jolt to the side, you'll get your shoulder to come down to the bottom.
Through the
right, and then if you were in that position and you could maintain the balance, you'd float back up and float equally. So.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, like, I lost this camera. I have no idea why. I just got this camera and it's like freezing every 5 minutes.
That's all right.
But anyway, the show goes on. So Megan, you're joined us again this week without the float light robe.
Yeah.
I was told that it's a requirement that you have to wear the robe to be on the show.
I was at work. Like, I came from work again.
I just spoke to you.
And I was like, okay, like, this is fine. Like,
Megan, you're the host for a second.
yeah, I kind of figured that.
Disappointed. Disappointed.
John was
told,
like,
John
we will
told
pick
both
up the
of us.
slack here.
He said,
y'all
it's
just
okay.
floated though. I didn't float.
He's like, it's kind of become the stigma of the show that you have to wear the robe. So
If I would have came out post float, I would have worn it. I didn't wear it though. Yeah. So I had floated last Saturday. It was actually really interesting because I had floated after work, which is actually kind of how the whole story of floating after work is like
Right.
sketchy. It was good though. Like, I was like, all right, like, I got this. I'm gonna float for 3 hours. I got nothing to worry about. I'm keeping nobody up but myself.
Right.
I don't have to worry about John sitting here waiting for me to get out or anything. So I was laying there and like my mind was still racing from work, and I was trying so hard to like shut it off and to like. I was like, no, like just relax. And then I was like trying to like think through like everything that had happened that day and like how I had felt, and I kind of sorted some stuff out, and then I didn't get to where I had wanted to because I was just frustrated with it, and I was like, no, I'm just done. I'm just done.
Right.
And then I'm laying there and I'm like, I wonder if my car's okay, like, float with clothes, but like, car's still outside. And then I'm just worried about like everything else. And then I'm like, I'm still gonna get home at like 1:30 in the morning. I'm probably not gonna get home until like 2 a.m. That was the other thought. I was like,
Scott Hippis said just go put on a robe, LOL.
you know what, Dad?
Matty P said, I'm definitely going to stop in when I get home. He said,
Matty
do
P.
you have to set up an appointment or just walk in?
It's more recommended that we do set you up an appointment. Sometimes you walk in and we don't have anything available. We do book up pretty fast, especially on weekends. But you can walk in. If we have anything available, we will get you back in. But it is easier just to have an appointment. And then we'll send you a detailed email with all the things to do for a pre-float and post for your pre-float and post-float as well.
And it was very, very detailed.
There you go.
So it was very, very detailed.
I'm glad you read the email.
Yeah, I read it.
Not
I
everybody
read it.
reads the email.
You can roll the dice and try to stop in here, but it's probably suggested to set up an appointment. But that's as easy as either calling here or
Right.
just sending an email or a Facebook message. I mean, it's not like a big, long process that you have to do. The only thing you really have to do is read the FAQs and then sign a waiver. I mean, they'll walk you through everything else.
Yeah, which is really, really nice.
Yeah. It's definitely, like I said, I definitely think that this is something that everybody should experience in some way, form, or fashion at least once. I'm probably be back a few more times, but like I said, I just couldn't really. At first, it took me a few minutes just to realize I'm actually floating. Like I'm not touching the bottom of, and I had the lights on. I had the lights on for like maybe 5 minutes. And then I turned them off and went completely dark, and then that's when it got real. That's when things got real, and it got to the point, like I said, I was stretching and trying to find the walls, but I wasn't like frantic. I was kind of like bouncing around a little bit, and but it was really just to be in there, and it was kind of just like like you said, like being away from reality for a minute and just taking some time to yourself, which definitely, people like us, especially in me and Josh's position, in your position, and Jonathan's position, we definitely need, to learn how to take breaks. I for one, I'm hard-headed sometimes. Like I will work myself until I get a headache. I will work myself until, I go a whole day without a meal. Completely able to eat and everything, restaurants around the house or a house full of food and everything. I'd forget to eat just because of our drive, and our wanting to succeed and make stuff happen so bad. But I've definitely become a little bit more disciplined in trying to take care of myself a little bit better, take care of my mental. And this is definitely something that, like I said, you came after work, I could see why. I could definitely see why, especially if this would definitely be a stop instead of like going, like you said earlier, Josh, instead of like going to a bar or something. And I don't drink anyway, but I would definitely say that, if you had a long day at work or just somebody that just got on your nerves like this, something like this is what you should do. It's a lot more, it's a lot more healthier all the way around, because not only.
To him right when we got out, I was like, dude, this is so much better than just, you think about it, most people just go to the bar and
right.
sit, but like this is such a great alternative to doing that.
Right.
And it's like this.
And you don't have to be bothered with other people too. Like you're completely
with
to yourself. And like, so you're in the water, you don't have to be bothered with your phone. Although a big part of our life is having our phones on us, but you have that moment where you can't have you're forced to not have your phone on you. You're forced to not.
It's nice though.
It is. Like I said, I think that, it's therapeutic. I not having, I tell myself that I'm going to take breaks, and, just like put my phone down and everything, but we can't help it. In that instance, if you're going to a bar, you still have to talk to people, socialize with people, which is not wrong, which is not bad.
No.
But, if you had a day, and I had those days too, where I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be bothered with nothing, talk to nobody. being in that chamber was, it was although you're in a chamber and in a small space, and I mean they're not small, but in that small space, it's almost like a source of freedom. It's a source of freedom, and it's being healthy in more ways than one.
Well, it's like when you're in there, and you're in the center, you're not touching the walls or nothing. It's like the walls disappear.
Mm-hmm. I definitely had that feeling a couple times.
There's no end the sides.
And I've had that happen where like I was floating with a friend, and like I would float in like the two cabins, and like suddenly like everything, like there was no walls between us, there was nothing, and like we would slowly like. Our cabins would become.
Aaron said it forces you to be present.
Yeah,
Yes.
A great way to say
that is definitely a great way to
But
explain
some people are so scared to be alone with their thoughts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that it forces us to, but it's a great way to be forced with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like that's one of the best ways that you will actually not only mentally heal, but like heal all around. And I've learned that personally. Like, and you get so much personal growth from this as well. Like, I've told everybody, like, I came in here like super, like mentally not okay, like I was pretty depressed, and like my mentality was bad, like it was super self-destructive, and floating and learning all about it, and like this new mentality that I got from it has been like truly amazing. And my dad and I always say, off to floating I go to lose my mind and find my soul.
That's what you just said.
And that's what you just said, and it's true, and it is, and I definitely lost my mind, and I definitely found myself.
You lost your mind in a good way.
In a good way.
You gotta make sure you hedge that a little bit. You lost your mind in a good way.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, I have a hard time like taking breaks like
Absolutely.
I'm supposed to, like putting my phone down and zoning out.
It's hard to when you're an entrepreneur, though.
It is.
Really is.
It definitely is. And
every time that you take a break, there's a chance of you
Yeah.
not making money or not
Yeah.
making a move.
Yep.
Like you could, at any time, you could miss an opportunity.
Honestly, I did, but I'd seen a couple of them like, whatever.
At the same time, though, you gotta realize those will still be there.
Yeah,
Okay?
and I'm like,
that's-
those if they choose not to, okay, well, more than come around. But you have to, and I've been saying this, maybe since a couple months ago, like you have to make sure that you're straight at all times. Because if your mental isn't straight, nothing else is gonna go right at all. It's gonna be a domino effect. And this is, like I said, I gotta admit though, when I came in, I've had a busy week. You've seen me go crazy all week. I've been ripping and running, doing everything, staying up late night, and I was kind of tired and fatigued when I got here. Now I'm out here, eyes wide open. I'm a little bit more energized, even though I
Motivation
didn't.
is reset.
And that too. Like I thought about everything that I've done this year. Everything with the new clothing line. I was seeing like people wearing my brand and all things like that, and just a whole bunch of stuff. It really like you said, it helped me put some things in perspective and align some things.
Sam asked a question, and I think I've already heard this, but I noticed an auxiliary cord after my float. Can we control the music during the float?
Yes, there are potentials for you to be able to use that. So there is an aux word. You just have to ask us, and sometimes it kind of depends on what you're playing. Like if you use YouTube, like you have to have YouTube Red, otherwise the ads will come through, and it is very distractive. I've actually had somebody read have an ebook read to them during a float.
Man.
They
I
said
didn't
that
even think
was
about
pretty
that.
cool. But like that girl, like when I first heard that, she was a genius, and I was like, I love it.
Motivational.
I'm imagining like
podcasts.
Yes.
like podcasts, like I don't know. I think
playlist ready the next time I come.
There you go. Now
I'm gonna have to like
that's
whole
what
Spotify
I'm
playlist or something like that. Now that I know that,
As
but
long as
yeah,
there's no ads.
yeah,
As long as there's
no, yeah, that's
But it really does. It really does
that's genius.
open you to, refreshing your motivation when you feel like you're at a wall or at a speed bump. It's just really nice.
us creatives get those often, and like a lot of people don't realize it, but I run into roadblocks all the time, and via social media, I try to be as transparent, but I post a lot of what I do, and there are some people that legit think that a lot of this is easy, and I'm like,
I say, go ahead and try.
you come and sit behind this desk for a while. You come and spend a day with me, and we'll see if you still want to be an entrepreneur then. And it's not a bad thing, but it's got to be something like you have to. This is something you cannot, and I tell people this on my podcast and everything. Like, this is something that, being an entrepreneur, if you're in it just to get money and just to be rich, you're gonna fail automatically. So no, it's not easy at all. You gotta understand that you're gonna take those L's and things like that, and so it's not easy for us. So when we, sometimes we have our moments where we just like, leave me alone, and I've gotten to it with a few friends and family members because I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk right now. Just leave me alone. It's stressful. It's hard. But the end goal of it is awesome. To be able, I can look at Hustle is Life brand right now and be like, yo, like I did this. I created it. This is all me. But, going back to, like I said earlier, got to be able to keep your mental straight and, doing different. I think doing different things like this is definitely needed for all entrepreneurs, all business owners, all entrepreneurs, no matter what it is that you do. I think that, anything like this where, it's a relaxation thing, should definitely be a part of, like a routine, like a steady routine, maybe like a weekly or monthly routine or something like that. Because it's needed. It's needed, that peace of mind and everything. So if your mental isn't straight, everything else is going to fall flat on its face after that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I've actually gotten a lot of creativity out of this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very artistic at all, but obviously working at Floatlight and
right.
John, Johnny's been so great. He values so much all of my input, and he's truly like, hey, if you have an idea or if you think of something, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome because I'm slowly seeing a lot of myself throughout the business,
mm-hmm.
but a lot of it comes from floating. And
because it's open. It's like opening.
Yeah.
It's things, and like I said, like I, with my clothing, like I just recently launched my sub brand, Legendary by Hustle is Life brand, and
it's awesome.
And
it's
thanks,
awesome.
Josh. Thanks. But I was having visions of, I'm saying, like, me wearing it, other people wearing it, billboards, things of that nature, and I'm just thinking, okay, now it was, and I just seen different, I thought about different things, I haven't been able to, I'm originally, this all started from me being an artist, being a songwriter and an artist, and, I haven't really been able to really put the pen to pad like that lately, but I was in there, things was just, and I'm like, I don't have my pen right now. But, just the fact that it was, and I mean, even now, after some of it is coming back, but now it's just like, it was just coming at me so fast, like, just a bunch of things coming at me so fast, it was like, everything opened. Like, I was closed when I got in here, it was, driving through a foggy road, and now it's just nothing but driving down Long Beach Drive or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And you can see everything, all of the lights and everything, and I was just like, it's one like I said, this and I like to tell people that, as much as they can to try new things, travel a little bit, try new things. Josh knows a lot about the travel part. But travel and do new things, step outside of their comfort zone. And I mean, I like water. Like I said, I am a Pisces. I'm a water sign. But I'm like, how do I actually float? It was kind of a thing. Like, I don't think, I mean, it might feel good to be in here in the water and, just having, just being in there. But then got in there and was like, oh,
Oh, it's actually
oh,
happening.
oh. I mean, this is happening. This is all right.
It
Up.
sweeps you off your feet.
And then like when you like I'm so glad Josh told me to go with the lights off, because like once I went with the lights off and like not even like the twilight at the top, oh, like that's when everything was just.
And that's true. Like I don't know if you know, but I'm actually a very unique floater in general. I actually hallucinate during my floats, so I have a lot of vivid dreams, and I see a lot of stuff. And I've actually seen, you know, like I was talking to John about this, and I was like, you know, all the expansions that, you know, someday are gonna come of this building, and all the future stuff that's to come, and I see it. Like I truly believe in their vision, and like I told him that I came out of the float the other day, and I was like, dude, he was like, what? And I told him about like what I had seen, and he was like, no, you're so right. He's like, you know, and it's one of those things of like manifestation too. It's like, you know,
Speaking into
you
existence.
see it, you create it, you build it, you do it, it comes reality. And I'm slowly seeing that now. The more I float and the more in tune with myself that I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, you should absolutely check it out. I don't know if you did this or not, but I started a watch party.
I should have did
So,
that.
like,
I just went live.
Like, all my people are coming into this one then, so then.
I should have. That's what I should have did.
It's a watch party.
But I tagged everybody. But
People joining in and stuff. But yeah, so Ryan said, I'll check him out. He was talking about you, and then he said, this is cool. I've been wondering about that spot. It's absolutely worth a try. Everybody should at least try it once.
Yeah.
It may not be for you, it's, you know, but
you never know until you try.
With an open mind, like I was telling Jay, the first time I came in, I was somewhat skeptical, and you know, but I came in with an open mind, and it was awesome, and now I love it. You know,
Right.
But if you do come in, mention Josh Russell, and you actually save on your first float. We have a coupon code set up. The way when I give it out, you guys will save on your first float. So, you know, mention Josh Russell and save some money.
So, I'm sorry.
He's back. Welcome back.
I
Welcome back to the
disappeared
party.
for a while. We had a guest that come into Float Light. Like I said, you know, Floating Light Live is amazing, but, you know, guests come first. So,
Right.
you know, we had somebody
Always.
come in to give the gift of floating to 4 of her friends and family.
I need friends like that.
It's awesome.
I need more friends like
And
that.
then she's like, I'll come back and buy 8 more later. So for all you guys out there that don't realize this, right now we have a special going on. We're giving away one of our Ginger Lily Farms bath bombs, which, you know, with any gift card purchase. And gift cards are always the same price, for the exception of, you know, during super rare circumstances like Black Friday, we don't discount anything. So we're giving something away. The Ginger Lily Farms brand is the same kind of shower products that we use in our float suites, and a lot of you guys love that. So it's just something to give tangible, but also the float itself. So come stomp down during the month of December. We'll sell you that, as many as you like. You know, we actually made sure that we had enough gift cards, physical ones, because
Nice.
we were very close to running out. And we have more beginner's guides to floating.
Finally.
Nice.
Finally. You want to know something?
Yeah, I
I
think
think.
the ones outside stock too, by the way.
What do you mean? What's wrong with them?
There's none in them.
Yeah, it's empty.
It's empty.
They're
That
near.
little
Uh-oh.
thing, yeah.
This one and the one over by the door too is almost gone.
I'm telling you, that's part of our job responsibilities. Jesse's gonna write me up. You don't want to see what happened. So anyhow, I hope that you guys had a wonderful conversation.
It was dead air the entire time.
Good.
Oh my god, it was so
It
boring.
was
No, I was
terrible.
kidding.
We just sat here and sat on our phones the whole time.
So
Jackie.
are we joined by friends?
Yeah, and I started a watch party on mine too. So
What's a watch party?
So what you do is I tune into yours, and then I can start a watch party, and it shares it over onto my account, so all my friends can see it.
So it's kind of like
your
almost
feed,
he's going live
but
too.
like, so like I'm live with your feed.
Oh, that's
So
genius.
yeah, so then it like
Come
then
in,
I
come check
have
us
my
out.
own chat, like my watch party chat is set up too.
Yep.
So
Dude, you are a way better influencer than we are.
Actually,
But
you
you
know
are
what I?
also Josh Russell, man. You're awesome, brother. And and thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you, Jay.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So,
Thank you for having me.
So tell us.
You're gonna have to rewatch this
yeah.
because that was a really good talk. We
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's good.
We just crushed it. So
We totally crushed it.
No, that's great. In
Yeah.
fact, like it's probably better that I left because I don't like randomly interject and mess up the flow. I wanted to make sure that you were able to tell people about your brand and
Yeah, we
Yeah, we kinda-
we
we
covered
kinda
that.
knew.
all right.
kinda-
Shout out to Den.
Yeah.
Second shout out. HustleIsLife.com.
HustleIsLifeBrand.com.
HustleIsLifeBrand.com.
Evan Freemuth said Megan's hat and sweatshirt combo is dope.
Thanks, Evan. I love you. We should get sweatshirts like this. But yeah.
She loves you, Evan. You got us.
Oh my
You're great.
No, but
That
seriously.
was awesome. Adventure Wisconsin is amazing. They just were they're out in Oshkosh. They went live in Oshkosh. They're doing a Q&A at one of the restaurants they were at.
That's
But-
not the flow light sweater.
I know.
Oh,
But it's cool.
But we should get one like it.
that's the tie. Okay.
It's just my tie-dye shirt.
So, have you guys? You want to see what the float light sweater looks like? I actually have a model here right now.
You're a monster.
You're evil.
I looked over at him a few minutes ago, and I'm pretty sure he was asleep on the.
I was not asleep.
Railing.
So
His
show
so
show
evil.
model the float light.
eyes were he was closed, and he was
So this is the new float light sweater.
The black
New
one.
gear.
The black one's the better one.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a tie-dye girl one.
Say hi, Eric.
Hi.
I know you would. You're gonna get a purple one.
Nobody
too.
can see. You gotta look at the
I don't
camera.
want to look at the camera.
He's the one who came up with that
Saw him walk
with
by,
the,
I
with the
never came
float
back.
light.
Yeah,
Two peas in a pod. So, thank you. Buddy.
You have all responsibility, so.
So updates. I don't know. What are we doing for updates? Updates? Do we have any updates?
I just got a new photo studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
Congratulations. That's awesome. There you go.
Just got it yesterday. I moved in yesterday. Basically, I wanted to get out. I had a studio last year, and it just didn't. It wasn't panning out. Like I was paying for nothing, basically. Well, I had the studio, but I just wasn't doing enough in it. So I moved back to my house. Been doing everything for my house, but since it's become so successful, especially with YouTube, I needed a studio that I could, basically set up and have that set up. And with the YouTube going so well, which is youtube.com/Josh Russell, make sure you go subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and the bell notification.
Seriously, guys, just do that. It takes 2 seconds, and even if you definitely watch Josh's content, but even if you're not a YouTuber, every subscription helps YouTubers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, if
Everyone.
you go out of your way to do it, it would be so
And
kind.
I'm actually at 935 subscribers, and you have to be to 1,000 to hit that next level of monetization. So, and my birthday's in 2 days as well. So, if you could get me to 1,000 on my birthday,
That's
that'd
right.
be awesome.
Let's do it.
Did you announce that already? It's your birthday?
I have not. My birthday's in 2 days. Pearl Harbor Day, actually.
Well,
December
so no,
7th.
this is actually Josh's 21st birthday today.
It is.
21 again.
I will be 21 in 2 days. For
There you
the
go.
17th year in a row.
17.
I said I was going to shout it out, right?
But yeah, so I got this studio because I want to get more into commercial photography and marketing, marketing photos and stuff like that. So instead of shooting weddings and family for the rest of my life, I want to shoot more like spreads for like ESPN and spreads for businesses that need stuff for social media advertising. And I just wanted to get into a studio that way I had somewhere to bring people other than my house. Because I don't want to bring the CEO from Bergstrom or the president of marketing from the Green Bay Packers to my house. I want to bring them to a studio, where I have everything set up, and it allows me to have a place to always be ready to shoot YouTube videos. Which my YouTube videos are tips and tricks about photography, my life as a photographer, and the ups and downs and struggles and successes of it, as well as like product reviews. I just recently started really getting into product reviews. Some companies have got a hold of me. They've sent me products. I have a bunch of products that I have to review for my channel. How that works is they get a hold of me, and then they just send me products, free product, and then I give my real world review about it. So if I hate it, I say that I hate it. If I like it, I say that I like it. It's not swayed because I'm getting free product. And they know that. I let them know that ahead of time. So that's pretty cool that people are just literally sending me free product. I got just a brand new pair of ear pods. So I got to try those out. It's a third party, not the Apple Pods, or whatever those are called. What are they called? The iPods,
AirPods.
You just
something
got
like
a
that.
subscription, bro.
So that's awesome. I appreciate it. But yeah, so that's where tips and tricks on photography, how to shoot at night, how to shoot portraits, how to shoot all of that, and the studio is going to be awesome for that because now I have everything set up and I don't have to take it down, I don't have to move it around and to worry about it bugging my wife and kids when I'm trying to shoot something and they're trying to watch Hulu on TV upstairs.
So for anybody who is watching too, Josh actually did a real life review on Floatlight, and we didn't pay him. We didn't pay him anything. Cool. He just came here and got it.
I actually was attracted to the LEDs outside, and that's actually what attracted me to the building to figure out what it was. It was the awesome LEDs outside.
Yeah.
And then I started looking into what floating was, and it took me like 2 or 3 months to actually contact Jonathan because I didn't know how to go about it because that was like right at the beginning of my YouTube journey. And I didn't want to just be like, hey, I'm this guy that's starting a YouTube channel with 3 subscribers. Give me some free stuff.
Oh, no, dude, it was awesome. I loved it.
But the thing is I've been a musician for 15 years. I've traveled nationwide. So I know how to talk to people and portray myself as a public figure. I've performed in front of 1,500 people and no problem. The funny thing is I just taught a photography class last week with 10 people and I was scared crapless. Like, to talk to 10 people. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. I can talk to a camera and I can stand on stage and talk to 1,500 people, but when there are 10 people staring at me and want knowledge, I was scared.
I feel like I understand what you mean too, because you're actually entrusting a lot of knowledge, or these people are entrusting knowledge in you.
Yeah, and they paid me for it too. So like, if I don't do a good job, I just stole a bunch of people's money.
I'd rather give free information to 1,000 people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting, but it went great, and there's already people interested in more. So
awesome.
and now I'm doing like one-on-one photography like lessons too. So like you do with guitar lessons, but instead it's photography.
And you have a Facebook group too.
I do. It's Josh Russell's Photo Community,
awesome.
Which you can go on there and you can share pictures that you've taken of your family, of product photos, of it doesn't have to, it's all skill levels. And basically what the community is built around is helping everybody learn. So what I do in my YouTube channel, I convey that over to my Facebook group. So if you're brand new and you want to learn, even if you're shooting on a cell phone, there's still enough options on your cell phone now that you can shoot good, and you can shoot video. And there are people that shoot, the entire YouTube channels with 9 million subscribers on their cell phone. There are independent films shot on the S9 now. It's crazy what it's come to, and it's just it's not so much of the way you shoot it, it's how you're shooting it, and that all comes from the design side of it in your mind instead of the actual technical specs.
Oh, totally. So where's your studio located?
It's in Kaukauna. It's right on Crooks Avenue in Kaukauna, directly across from Little Caesars, which is a blessing and a curse. Because you can't beat those $5 hot and ready.
Oh, jeez. So you got it's like a storefront, basically.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Absolutely
man.
is. I'm in the same building as Premier Promotions, and there's an optometrist and a State Farm Insurance, and then mine is on the end, so I have an actual front. And
cool, that's
nice.
Awesome.
Come on in and have a cup of coffee with me, and got my coffee machine was the first thing that went in. I was like, I need my coffee machine.
That's super cool. I love it.
Got everything set up, and I'm officially ready now. But I think next week is when I'm going to start actually taking appointments. I'm running a special right now because just to try to get some money recouping in there. I am doing family photos. And I'm actually offering 30-minute sessions for $50 right now.
I did see that on your Facebook.
It's a grand opening special. It runs now through Christmas. So if you want to come in and do family photos, they're $50.
Josh is an epic photographer, guys. Like, seriously.
Yes.
You got to check him out. Like, just go look up Jay Lamar on Facebook.
Yes.
It's like a double plug. Look up Jay Lamar to see the work of Josh Russell.
Yeah.
Because
go to Floatlight's page.
Yeah, that too.
And it was at Floatlights.
Yeah.
It's in Floatlight's alleys, too. So
it was.
We also have professional pictures taken by him.
Yeah, we do. We have
I actually have the
picture
picture of you two and Mitch out front.
Yeah.
Is,
man, it's an epic picture.
It's on my portfolio page, which is IamJoshRussell.com. So it's on there. I got that's where I send all my businesses to see my work, and yours is like third in line in my portfolio. So.
Yeah, it's a great picture, and plus, like, telling the story about how you found out about us with the LEDs. That picture, like,
Says it all.
We're gonna tell you. We're gonna
Like,
ask
boom.
you to replicate that for us again. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe we'll take advantage of the special too, because like it is around. Can we do that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Anybody that's watching this right now, if you want to get family photos and you live around Kaukauna, thanks, Adrian. Adrian is awesome. He works at a place called Zeroni's down in Oshkosh. If you've never had Zeroni's, it's a pizza and macaroni restaurant.
What?
And
What?
Evan!
All right, we gotta talk
it is
now.
absolutely
We need to go do an episode there.
I think Josh, you do business review. You do business features too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. But
Did you do your food reviews like you were doing before?
I would love to do food reviews. I went
should
down
do
to
that,
Oshkosh, Cameron Casinos in Oshkosh. I could buy all my stuff from them, and so I work with them indirectly and directly.
Support a local business.
But every time I do, I always have to stop at Zeroni's to eat. Plus, they have a $9 all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. So, and it's amazing. And
You're telling the wrong person about this.
Oh,
Well,
what
it's
do
because we get
tomorrow?
so hungry. You got to think about this. Now, I don't know about you guys. This is a good question to ask. Are you guys feeling hungry
I'm
after your float?
starving, and I
I
ate
am.
right before I came here. So,
But yeah,
we didn't eat
you
it
already
all.
knew
I
this.
haven't.
Yeah.
You didn't eat all day?
Yeah, I haven't. I've been on the go, so
When-
I just
when-
been. And then I thought about it too. I'm like,
As we
maybe
start
that
ramping
might
up
be a
the
bad
floating,
idea.
I know this doesn't help you guys now and it'll probably make you angry, but as we start ramping up the Floating Night Live, I would like to have some food on the table to just munch
Yeah.
on. It would be nice.
Yeah.
I think I
You
always
see me, I love eating.
I
So-
always tell myself, okay, I'm gonna go do this. I should have asked you, Megan. You could have ran to the store, but yeah, it does so common
A
to get hungry
charcuterie
after
board.
floating. This is true for anybody listening too. You do get hungry because of the magnesium, like
That too,
you're
yeah.
absorbing it, and your body is releasing toxins, and it's. you know,
It's kind of like when you work out, you get extra hungry when you're done
Yeah.
working out than when
Yeah.
you. But and Zeroni's, check them out. And they're another local business. So,
cool.
but back to my photography studios in Kaukauna, right on Crooks Ave. If you want to get a hold of me, shoot me a message or get a hold of Jonathan or Megan, and they'll give you my information
Oh
too.
yeah, definitely.
Now through Christmas, $50 half hour, plain gray backdrop. So they're simple portrait studio sessions, kind of like you'd get at like JCPenney or Sears, except you're supporting local and not supporting a chain that doesn't care about you. So
There you go. I just made that.
I care.
Support local.
He does.
And is your? I was just curious, Jay. Is your online store up?
Oh yeah, it's been. I'm actually moving into year 3.
Don't have my glasses.
Okay.
I can't see.
So this
He's
is.
a cool guy.
I'm sorry. August 24th to be year number 3. So yeah, it's up and it's
Do we go to hustleislife.com?
hustleslifebrand.com.
Brand, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so hustleislife.brand.
hustleslifebrand.com. Yep. But yeah, it is up. It's April 24th, 2019 makes year number 3, or I should say starts year number 3. It's been exciting. I've learned a lot. It's been really, really dope to see people walking around with something that I created, and just making them look good and also inspiring them as well too. Josh's favorite. Now I just released a subsidiary brand under that called Legendary, which is kind of like a so Hustle is Life brand. I'll give a backstory really quick. Hustle is Life brand is basically all motivational tees. They're all positive messages, motivational tees, hoodies, accessories. I have things like cups, mugs, bags, all types of accessories and things that you can do, and they all have some type of motivational message on them. So it's more, they're just like graphic tees that I create. And then what's Legendary is another series. It's basically made for the minimalist, people that, just like the simple, which is kind of something that I've embraced myself recently. It's just becoming a minimalist. So, I used to wear, really, really big watches and really long chains and things like that. And, I've just become, like a less is more type of person. So, seeing that was a trend that was going on and I've been following it myself, I figured, why not make that a part of the business too. So we just launched that on Sunday. That line just launched on Sunday. And it's it's doing really well upon its launch. Not a millionaire by any chance, but you know, I really didn't.
Store right now, just so you
Oh
know.
yeah, cool.
So tell us about this deal, because this is kind of interesting. I like this.
So basically, I mean, I've changed up a lot of the designs. You know, I went from doing really outlandish designs, really out there type of designs, to basically just kind of more simple as well too, which was kind of what led up to Legendary being launched. You know, it was you know, I do sit up and I create all of the designs myself. Sit up on Photoshop and do all of the designs myself. I just don't print them. I basically work off of the drop shipping system. So which I like that way, because I don't have to, and I heard you say this yesterday, Jonathan, that you don't have to sit on a bunch of order a bunch of merchandise and ship a bunch of merchandise, and then you're just sitting there all at one time. I can literally pretty much, my store is automated. I don't have to lift a single finger. If an order comes through, it just goes. I don't have to. I mean, I get notifications, but I don't have to. Oh, I gotta go do this, or I have to go do this. Everything is boom.
Yeah.
So if I'm out traveling or something of that nature, or if I'm, you know, just find myself taking a break, or actually I had 3 sales while I was in the float. Thank you to those people.
This is cool. Look at this stuff. Believe in hustle. I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of a term that I've been living by for the past at least 3 years now, and I finally should have put it on hoodie the first time around, but just recently did it.
You got a kids store.
There's kids stuff up too.
Have you came up with a name for your mascot yet? The little money
No.
with the arm. He needs a
No.
name.
And it's funny how they so that actually came up where I used to, when I make my posts, I used that whole thing came about from 2 emojis that I used to use, the strong arm emoji, and then the smiley face with the tongue sticking out, and he's like the green tongue with the money sign in it. That's actually how that originated. It was using that.
He needs a name though.
I started calling him the Hustler, but I haven't came up with an official name for him yet, but we'll see.
Could be a contest you could run.
I thought about it.
Your,
I think I'm gonna do that at the
all
beginning of the
your
year.
customers and everything,
That
but,
was something that I was planning to do. I'm probably gonna do it at the beginning of the year and offer like a giveaway. Name the mascot and giveaway, yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, and I do raffle things off occasionally. I do a giveaway occasionally. You know, so you just have to follow the brand. If you can search for us on Instagram, it's at Hustle is Life Brand, as well as on Facebook as well. And I also just started a YouTube channel. It's not just recently.
That was like subscriber number 2.
Probably like it's probably like subscriber number 2 or 3. It's not up there in the numbers yet.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I'm getting that started too, and it's called the Chasing 7-Figure Show, which that derived from from a song to the name of what used to be the name of the brand to now the show. And the Chasing 7 Figures tour is basically just it's, I kind of describe, it's almost like Josh's channel. I kind of describe my the ups and downs, but I also throw a lot of gems out there, just motivational, and things of that nature. So I'm just got that started. Actually organizing, in the process of organizing the Chasing 7-Figure Show tour, where it's just basically going to be me going around to different events as a keynote motivational speaker. So I know I have Chicago in July of 2019 for sure. I think that's July 8th or 9th of 2019, and I'm looking to do 6 more. So we're going to do 7, keep the whole 7 thing going. So I'm looking at 6 other cities right now. But basically just going around as a keynote motivational speaker, speaking about entrepreneurship and positivity and things of that nature from my experience and what I've been through, and kind of pushing that energy out there, pushing that positive energy out there, and try to awake more people to, the world of entrepreneurship and, you know, how, you know, what can become of it, what they can do with it. You know, a lot of people have entrepreneurship in them. They just don't know how to pull it out. And that was me for a long time until I got around the right people.
We've actually been talking, passing some ideas around about actually doing a couple local as well. You know, how to be a social influencer, how to perfect a side hustle, stuff like that. So, well, like we're actually going to be teaching a couple. We don't know if you really want to call them like classes or if they're going to be like seminars or what they're going to be, but it's something we started talking about.
I'm not even kidding you. I will be there in a heartbeat because
that's dope.
Because when I hear the word how to be a social influencer, if anybody who's out there like in the world of business, and there's a lot of businesses that don't even recognize the value in this, but like. Social influence is like next level marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
So important.
And that's when I told my audience earlier,
that's
kind of
exactly
like
what we're doing right here.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I told my audience earlier. It was like, dude, I really like the fact that they actually do this. Like you have, you know, you can go into like a restaurant or something, and you won't see anything like this. You won't see them actually reaching back out unless it's something wrong. You know, why can't we reach out when, you know, they got to reach out as to something wrong and they got to do damage control and things of that nature. But you don't see too many businesses that reach back out and say, hey, thank you, you know, or, you know, hey, thank you for coming out. You know, thank you for taking time to, you know, patronize us, things like that. And I was telling my audience about you guys earlier. I'm like, dude, the fact that they actually do this, you know, I think that was really dope, and that kind of made me more excited to do it because I'm like, you know,
It was Megan's idea.
It was a dope idea. It was a very, very dope idea. Very, very dope.
It was all of our ideas.
Well,
Andrew.
It was a dope idea because I don't think that, you know, I mean, of course, word of mouth is everything, but sitting here, you know, like we're doing right now, sitting here in the robe, you know, post float, you know, talking and, you know, being in this environment it's still fresh. We're still here. It's still fresh. So we don't have to think like, oh yeah, well what about, you know, it's right here, and you know, it just goes with, you know, just the welcoming, you know, just the vibes that this place gives you anyway. You know, just to, you know, it makes you want to be here. It makes you want to just sit back and just kick it. You know, you know, so.
Well, then I challenge you guys to do one of your seminars or talks here at Floatlight. I'm sure that we can push that idea. There is room. Trust me. I got a warehouse in the back.
We should do that very, very soon.
Or we could do it up in here in the front because we can take all this out and then we have this whole area open.
Yeah.
We should do that very soon.
So we've done a couple of things.
Very, very soon.
1, 2, 3, 4. Seven figure dreams. I got seven figure dreams. I'm having seven figure dreams. I'm chasing seven figure dreams. I made something out of nothing. Rags on.